that's it. I just want to say I'm not touching on specs. I should have said that in the beginning. Okay, we'll edit this in. Welcome to Film-Studio-Taku-in-Japan. I'm not touching on specs today. You know it. You've looked at the other Z8 videos. Here's what I want to touch on today. The Nikon Z8 is available for pre-order. Is this your camera? Probably not. Is this a great camera? Yeah, I think we can safely say it's going to be a great camera. But what I want to say is there's a syndrome on YouTube in the world, really, though, with people that are just starting out in photography and videography, and they're being sort of peer pressured through people they've never even met, but they respect and admire for whatever reason. Some of them justly, but they're being pressured into buying the best camera that's being released, in this year. And some of them are changing every year, but for people that are just jumping in right now, this is who I'm trying to reach. Okay, you do not need the Nikon Z8. Is it a great camera? Yes. Are there other great cameras for a lot less? Yes. Can you get the same quality of image for a lot less? Yes, and especially photography, but even in videography, yes, for a lot less. I will give you two very clear examples. One, I might say the wrong name. We'll go down first to the Nikon Z6, which I was rocking for 3 years. Nikon Z6 has amazing video quality straight out of camera, even if you don't do external stuff, F-Log, RAW, whatever. Anyways, in camera, the Nikon Z6, it just pulls out amazing video. It has 120 frames per second in HD, but it looks great. It has 4K, very, very nice 4K. The image quality from the photos, amazing. The Z7, slightly more expensive camera. The Z6 you can get for about 1,000 used these days. The Z7, let's say 15, 16, 17, 1800, depending on where you're buying it from. The Z7, technically more megapixels than the Z8. Image quality is absolutely going to be equal. Is it going to shoot as fast photos? No. Is it going to be as good autofocus? No. But is it going to be good enough to make some epic photos? Absolutely. Epic video? Absolutely. I would say Z6 a little bit more in that realm, but Z7 still holds its own. Going down a little bit now, okay, for photo-centric people and really on the budget, and still we're talking not budget. I know some people only want to spend $300. That's another video I'll probably make here soon. But the D600 or 6000, please check. I'm sorry, this is a quick video and it's been raining and I turned off my computer. I'm not going to go check it, but it's a full frame DSLR from Nikon that you can get for about 600, even less. I've seen it for, I swear, like 400 in shops here used. Full frame. You're going to get very similar image quality. I think it is something like 18 megapixels. 18 megapixels is still very, very good. That's the same megapixels as something like the Nikon Z50, which is 20.5. You're very, very, very close. And even 18 to 25-ish, which is the Z6 territory, is a very, very small difference when you really figure out how many pixels you're taking away from just the edges, basically. So you can get in so much cheaper and still get amazing photos. Are you going to get as many keepers if you're just shooting fast? I mean, you can't shoot that fast with those cameras, the Z6, yes, but anyways, you're not going to get as many keepers. But with the Z9, my friend has a Z9, I shot with it. We just met for a Okinawa kind of dance festival here that hadn't happened in 4 years. I'm doing a video on that very, very soon. And he was expressing how he's trying his best that day to shoot less because the Z9, 60 frames per second, you end up with not just too many keepers, you end up with too many photos. So think about it. If you press the shutter and let's say the camera's not working as it should be for that moment, it's focusing on the wrong thing, you end up with 60 frames that you have to click through and delete. And believe me, your eyes feel it. And the more you do this, the more your eyes feel it. A big part of why I step away sometimes is because my eyes get just crusty as they are now, and I just can't handle it. And that's even now with part of the reason I stepped up to Fuji GFX 100S, and I realize the irony. I'm preaching about cheaper gear when I have a more expensive than Z8 camera, but for me, there's very specific reasons, which I've gone over why I switched to it, but also one of the nice things is that it doesn't shoot as fast. I'm getting less keepers, but also less throwaway shots. It's a lot easier to go through the files. Still I have too many shots. Granted, the better you get, the more keepers you tend to get, and that's part of that. But anyways, so bottom line is Nikon Z8 is going to be a great camera, but I think most of you watching this video, even those that you're saying, no, I need it because I need the autofocus, I need the stack sensor, you don't. You really don't. Nikon, tell them the truth. Tell them the truth, because otherwise, we're going to have the same situation where a lot of professionals can't get the camera they need, and you're going to have a lot of people just hurting themselves. Let them invest in a cheaper Nikon and explore your lenses more and explore their world more, because it's so much better to take that money and use it to step outside of your world and be creative. Find what inspires you. Cameras are nice. They can help in that regard. I do recommend people that can afford it to step up to full frame, or at the very least APS-C, but really full frame. Or if you can wait, if you can carry the load, older medium format digitals, those can be had fairly cheap now too. But just don't buy the best, latest, greatest gear because you think that's what you need, or because you're being kind of pressured into being there. Get something that is good enough quality and use it. Use it in the world. Get out there in the world. It's like The Hobbit, It's not in here, it's out there. It really is. It's not in here in my little makeshift studio with soldered together LED lights and a couple $20 RGB cubes. No. It's out there with the best camera for you, for your budget, that lets you express yourself creatively. And honestly, slowing down and doing your shots, framing, finding the light, finding what looks good to you, feeling it. Feel it in your jelly. That's from the Pikachu movie a long time ago, whatever. Feel it in your jellies and get out there, explore, and create. And maybe skip the Z8 until the price goes down, until you actually need it. Like you'll know when you need it, and it's not going to be. They're not going to disappear off the face of the earth. Okay, they're not going to be coveted like gold. They will be for a short time here, as all this hype, and only at best, 1,000 of you will see my video in the next month. So be the smart 1,000 that get out there and actually do something, rather than stay in your house broke, YouTubing like this because you bought the greatest, best, expensive camera. Filming on a new lens, by the way, budget lens. Figure out what that is. I couldn't afford the 110 f2 lens from Fujifilm, and I went with something considerably less, and we'll say a third the price, less than a third the price. Try and figure out what it is, and I'll be doing a video with it shortly. So I got a lot of stuff on the back burner, by the way, going all the way back to snow monkeys, the onsen, the hot spring snow monkeys. Really, I've done a lot of stuff. I just haven't posted it because I've been really busy with 3 jobs and freelance work, and my world is crazy. So thank you for watching Film-Studio-Taku-in-Japan. Expect more blah from me soon, because I'm done with trying to make it polished. I can't. I just can't. So it's coming out more or less the way it comes out of my mouth, which can be kind of love it or hate it. It's who I am. Have a good one. Peace.